I'm so sorry, my English is bad. How do you say, my friend, she loves you, but she doesn't speak English. And I'm like, Cat. I just watched her sing. I just watched her sing whole song word for word, bro. You play that Playboy Cardi out there, they singing that Playboy. I'm like, he ain't even really making words for real. And you saying them like
Playboy Cardi song is crazy.
Yeah, bro, going crazy.
I think it's cool too because like the music and our movies that come out here, like that's people's introduction to our country. That's what they know about us.
That's how they learn. And I to this point, I still can't, because I actually really tried it in reverse. Like Duolingo is good. You can learn stuff from Duolingo. But I tried it, like a lot of females I talk to out there, I'm like, yo, so how'd you learn how to speak English? Like, did you go to school? And they're like, no, I learned from watching movies and listening to music.
That's how I learned English when I got here.
Oh, yeah. Where you originally from?
I'm from Bosnia.
Bosnia, okay.
You were close by when you were in Italy. We're literally right next to Italy.
Okay.
That's right next to Italy? Huh? Yeah, I came here when I was like 4. And I learned English from watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Saved by the Bell. That's my swag. If you take Will Smith and Zach Morris and put them together, that's my swag.
See, and that's starting to become a problem though.
Reeboks look good on you.
Go with it though. That's the Fresh Prince swag. Oh God.
Being somebody that's been creating, you from out here, you've been creating for over 10 years. How do you look at the 757 scene right now? Like, how do you look at it? What's your perspective on it? When you're traveling around, dude, these people from other places, like, what are they saying about VA? Like, do you know who DJ Clockwork is?
I know the name.
So he was Mac Miller's DJ.
Okay.
He's been coming out to Virginia Beach like a few times over the past few years, like fucking with Fake Azumi, like different DJs out here.
Yeah.
And he was just out here a couple weeks ago, and he left and posted a tweet that I wanted to read. He was like, the 757 has something really special going on right now, from activations to DJs to parties to panels. It's really community down there, a lot of wholesomeness going on down there. This is where you want to DJ right now, trust me.
Yeah, facts.
What do you think about that? How do you look at the scene right now? How are these people from other areas? Like, what are they saying about us? Do they even care about us? Like,
So I like that. I like that saying, and I think it's something that I got to see. I got to see from the inside out and the outside in. So like when I was out here, we had Radio Ready Recording Studio with Jay Bray in downtown Norfolk. We had that for years, you know what I mean? And I started a campaign that I seen, even to this day, I see different figures running with this campaign. I started doing this thing called New VA. And when I did the New VA campaign, I would take different entities, like you from Portsmouth and you fire, but you from Norfolk and you fire. Now, y'all both come to my studio at 8 o'clock. Y'all come to the studio at 8 and I'm going to put y'all on a song together. I don't even care if y'all don't know each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, you from Hampton. Oh, Izzy the producer. He a producer from this side of the water. It'd be dope if you did a record with this guy. You know what I mean? So that was like my idea. And I feel like up to now, it's like, is better than it's ever been before. Like for real, like as far as the area kind of moving as one, you know, is more connected than ever. As far as the outside opinion, for the people that's been through here or even know just a little bit about Virginia, they kind of understand like, oh yeah, the 757, that's what's going on. But then to the ordinary person, they still look at Virginia as one thing, like, oh yeah, you from the DMV. You know what I mean? So some people don't really know how to differentiate like what's really going on in this particular area.
Yeah, most people will not let you say that we're part of DMV.
Oh yeah, nah. I be having whole conversations. Like I try not it go back to that word. Like I try not to really segregate it and make it like a big thing too much, because you know it is what it is. That's how the world look at it. They look at it like it's a DMV thing. So it's like, I try not to go too much into it, but at the end of the day, it's a difference. You know what I mean? Like we have the 757 scene, the 804, they have their scene. Shout out my boy Traumatone, Charlottesville, and the 434, they have their scene. Roanoke and that side, they have their scene. And Northern Virginia, they have their scene. You know what I mean? So it's like, that was a time period from 2015, 2016 until around 2019. I did that for 3 years.
Just staying on tour, on some type of tour.
I was out the country I was on tour, period, more than I was home around that time. You know what I mean? So I did that for 3 years, but then what was going on too, like I was using those tours to build relationships with promoters.
Okay.
So each place that I would go to, I would build relationships because, again, they would see me DJing, and I'm just like, I'm the type to go DJ, go put my stuff up, and I'm like, man, I don't know when I'm gonna be back to Prague. I don't know when I'm gonna be back to Hungary. I don't know when I'm gonna be back to like, all these places. I'm in Switzerland. I'm like, man, show me the city. I don't care how tired I am. So I was building these personal relationships with these people.
Okay.
This is me just walking. This is me being in the mall and looking and seeing a recording booth and me saying like, yo, this is a recording studio in the mall. This is fire. And then me telling the dude that I could do that. You know what I mean? And he let me record, and I'm just nervous, but I'm recording, dude, like punching in and the whole nine. So once he seen I could do that, then he allowed me to start working up there, and I started working at the recording studio in that mall for however long, and then from then that's when I met Jay Bray and then started doing the stuff downtown. So that's kind of like the fast version of the Kino Beats Norfolk story.
So I guess you just started bringing like the people that were coming to your house there.
Yeah, exactly. I had an official location. It was all of our first time into like a real studio. You know what I mean? Like,
What was that guy's name that owned it?
the guy from the first plot, his name was Dave. He was a guy from New York. He ended up shutting that down after probably like 2 or 3 years. So after like 2 or 3 years, he ended up shutting that spot down. And then the Radio Ready was Jay Bray. So then from there, from Radio Ready days, that's when we kind of like was just doing everything, like everything that was going on in the city. And then from there, I had, that's when VABP was out around that time and Lex Luger. Yeah, so this was Lex Luger's like rap group from Suffolk.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had, rest in peace to homie Cap, but he had Cap in there, your boy Black and some of his other guys that was in the group. So your boy Black, just being in the city, he came to me like, yo, man, you doing your thing around here. I want to introduce you to Lex, you know what I mean? Y'all will go crazy together.
What year is this?
2015 or 16.
Okay.
Like, I ain't gonna stunt. What's crazy is even me telling you these stories, like I'm used to telling these stories a lot, but it's 2024. Time flew, bro. Because all of this feels like yesterday, but when I get to telling the story, I'm like, damn, it's really been a long time.
It feels like yesterday to you?
Forgetting, huh?
It feels like yesterday to you?
Some of it feels like yesterday, but then when I get to like really trying to get into the details, I'm like, yo, why can't I remember this stuff? And I remember like, yo, this is really 10, 15 years ago.
Bro, I was telling Raj just like something similar. Like for me, it's the opposite. Like me and Raj, so that was our second pod we did. We did a pod in 2022. And I'm like, bro, it feels like a lifetime ago to me. It was only 2 years ago. Because I've been doing a podcast now for like 5 years, but it almost feels like this is all I ever did. Like my life didn't even exist before this. Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, see, I think literally that sentence right there, I think that's what it is. I think it's because I didn't deviate. Like if I deviated, I had something to break it up. Like, I'm about to go work at T-Mobile for 3 years.
It's all like one flow.
Always just been the same type of direction. It's just different sections, different chapters to the story.
So this guy introduces you to Lex.
Yeah, your boy Black introduced me to Lex around like 2015, 2016. They had a studio in Norfolk. So I went over there. And me and him started making beats, and then we kind of came up with the concept to start DJing. Like, I was like, man, I'm like, shoot, I'll teach myself how to DJ so that we could do some shows. You know what I mean?
In the area.
I was never thinking about just doing shows in the area.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, like that was like gonna happen regardless, like, but I already knew that this is Lex Luger, this 2015, 2016, you're the hottest producer in the world. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, that was a thought process, like, who wouldn't want to hear and meet this? Like, he had a brand, he had a face, the whole Get Smoked Out Luger thing, like, people could recognize who he was. So I was already thinking bigger than just, doing parties out here. I know we could do exactly what we ended up doing, which was touring the whole Europe, touring the whole Asia, touring what 40 out of 50 states in America, like just going to like I knew that the possibilities was there. It just had to put a work in.